Yeah, we're getting on this ferry right here. So we made it to Chilliwack, and yesterday in Victoria we discovered a really great restaurant. It's called White Spot, and they're only in BC for some reason. And so this is the last one before we head out of BC. So it's called White Spot, and it's really good. And if you're in BC, you should definitely try this restaurant out. This is the cheesy bacon pierogies, and what is that?
Chicken fettuccine alfredo. See, it's going to be going over top of it when it's still going in there.
Yeah, I see.
And that's how it gets all the way up the hill. So it's called a spiral tunnel. For those of you who are watching her vlog, see, it went over the bridge there.
Yeah, I see. It's down there. It's down there, and then going up there. So it goes through there, and then around over there. Oh, there it comes down there. Right there.
See, it's still going around and around it.
It's still going around up there, and through there, and there. Is this the end of it then? If it's
Well, all of it has to come out here.
but this is the end of the spiral tunnel.
Yeah, there's about 3 or 4 of them.
I think it's done going there, but it's still going that way there, and then it's going this way right there.
And Berlin is where they are now.
And these are called the spiral tunnels, and it's about an hour away from Banff. So here we are walking in Banff. Here's the Fudgery. Look, he's making the fudge right now.
Look at all the fudge over there. Fudge. Chocolate. You can see.
Yeah, all the fudge over there.
Wow.
Do we want to go in and look? Do we want to go in and look?
Sure.
Oh, they even have chocolate covered pretzels.
And look at these.
What? Oh yeah. Oh, homemade chocolates. Oh, this looks interesting. Is there a thing on the back? No, it's just a random box of stuff.
Those are bear paws.
תפוח.
Salted peanut butter cups.
אני אקנה לנו סוכריה טעימה. אוקיי? רגע, שטובי, זוז.
Oh, look, salted caramels.
בוא, אחרי זה נחזור לפה. אחרי זה, יש פה המון אנשים עכשיו.
Raspberry delight. I'm not a raspberry person, but that looks really good.
Yeah.
Unicorn cluster. Oh, here's the chocolate pretzels. And then the drumsticks. Oh, beaver downs with maple caramel. Birthday cake fudge. Chocolate fudge. But we have to remember we got some fudge in Alaska. So if we want something, we should buy something that's not fudge.
Yeah.
But we don't have to buy it right now either.
Yeah, we can always come back.
So we're on our way to the Cave and Basin National Historic Site. Supposedly it's like this museum that's in the cave underground. I'm not really sure. So you can buy your tickets at the gift shop, and then it's about a minute walk up. And if you have a national park pass, which is something you have to have to get into Banff, your entrance to this national historic site is free. There's like a little museum, and then there's a place where you can see snails, and then the cave is right there that we'll go in a little later. Test your observation skills. Look closely at the photograph below and try to count all the snails in the picture. Then glide up to see how well you did. I don't know. Where are the snails? Dad, where are the snails? Where are they? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 84, 85, 86, 87. How many did you find? I found 87. There were 91.
Now they like to hang out on top of these mats here. These mats are known as microbial mats. And they're just algae and bacteria all bunched in together. So if we look closely, we'll see some moving apple seeds. Sorry, little guy. Here we go. There's some here. Some all around here. But yeah, they look like gray little pebbles. And some individual snails up here.
Okay.
Yeah. Around this time of the day, they like to make their way over to the sides here and consume the calcium that's on the rocks here. So you see we've got a little huddle of snails in this little cave.
There. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now they're born without shells, so they can consume calcium over time to help solidify their shells. They only live for about a year, so their populations definitely do fluctuate. In the springtime, they can get as low as 300 to 800 snails.
Okay.
But in the wintertime, they can get as high as 1,200 to 15,000 snails.
Look at there's one moving right there.
Where?
This one here.
Right on
Right
here.
Right. On the next leaf over.
Oh yeah, I see him moving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was moving. Yes.
Yeah, and then if we look
And then there's some on the brown one there, right?
Yep, there's one
Okay.
individual snail right up here.
Okay.
Yeah, the little dots are the little snails.
Okay.
They only get as big as about as your pinky nail, so they don't get any bigger than that. They help regulate algae population and bacteria population in the water, so they're quite beneficial for the ecosystem.
the Johnson Lake. This is what it is. It's not Johnston Canyon, but it's Johnson Lake. So this is Two Jack Lake. So we are on our way to Lake Louise and Moraine Lake. Currently we are walking in Canmore to get on our tour that will take us there, because you can no longer drive your personal vehicle there because the road is not good anymore and they've run out of parking spots. So the only way you can get there is on a tour. So we are currently walking to the hotel where they pick us up, and it's about a 12-minute walk. So this is a 5-hour tour that we're going on. Takes an hour to drive to Lake Louise, and then I think we're gonna spend an hour there, and then an hour to drive to Moraine Lake, spend an hour there, and then driving an hour back to Canmore. They offer 3 tours every day. We're going on the 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. tour. There's a morning tour, and then there's also an evening tour. So here is where we meet for our tour, not like directly here, over there. But our tour doesn't start for another 20 minutes, so we still have a bit of waiting to do. But we're meeting at Coast Hotels. So we just got off the bus at Lake Louise. It was a 13-passenger van, and now we are walking to view Lake Louise. I will get a better view, but there are lots of people here. So we've made it to Moraine Lake, and I'm just gonna update a bit of information that I said. You can still get to Lake Louise with your personal vehicle, but if you're not there by 6:30 in the morning, today is August 6th, if you're not there by 6:30 in the morning, the parking lot is full. So you might get turned around for hours until you can find a spot, but you cannot get to Moraine Lake, which is where we are currently, with your personal car. You can only get there by walking, and it's an 11.4 kilometer walk. You can get there on a bike, or you can book a tour. You cannot come with your car. So this is why we booked our tour. And Moraine Lake is right there, and we are going to walk up to this rock pile right here. So there's the rock pile sign, so you go down this path, and it's about 15 to 20 minutes to the top. So to get to the top of this rock pile, it is all stairs. So if you have a problem with stairs, this would not be the hike for you. But there are still really good viewpoints you can see if you are unable to do stairs. So here you can go and touch the water if you want to. You can go walk in it. Never been here before, or at least I don't remember being here. Trying not to walk over the rocks, but I've actually never went and stood in Moraine Lake before. So I'm gonna go stand with my waterproof shoes in Moraine Lake. And they're waterproof up to the ankles. I don't want my pants getting wet. Here I am standing in the water, and that's the view right there.
You don't.
And you can rent canoes. You can also rent them at Lake Louise. Oh, they're not waterproof right now because it went above my ankles. Okay, here's the view, and the rock pile is right up there. So we booked our tour through Canmore Tours. The reason we booked through them is because if you book through like Banff National Park or any big bus company, you can only book 48 hours in advance. And so you're trying to book with everybody else that wants to go. But you can book with Canmore Tours. We booked in June or July, and this is August. And so you can book with them in advance, and I'll make sure to leave some of their contact or booking info down below. I'll see if he has a Facebook page or Instagram page or anything like that, and put it down in the description. Canmore Travel, and it's just this little private, locally owned company that this man and his wife run. They run 3 tours every day, sometimes it's just 2. So this is a really great tour if you're looking to go to Lake Louise or Moraine Lake. Good morning. Today is day 18 of our trip. We are currently in Canmore. It is a little before 9 a.m. and we are going to drive home today. It's about 8 hours, but with stops and everything, we're hoping to be home around 7. It's about 6:30 p.m. and we are about 10 minutes from home. We just got home from our trip, and I want to know what your favorite part of the trip was.
My favorite part of the trip, I loved the butterfly gardens in Victoria, and I can't just pick one thing from Alaska. Making new friends on the cruise ship, and my favorite excursion was probably, I'll never ever see a glacier again up that close in my life, but I did enjoy the Jeep excursion into the Yukon. So those are my top 2.
Anything else you want to say?
We made lots of memories, and I don't know whether I can get through that without getting teary-eyed, but we made lots of beautiful memories on a wonderful 4-occasion trip.
What was your favorite part of the trip?
Driving into the Yukon from Alaska first through BC and then into the Yukon.
My favorite part of the trip was seeing Nugget Falls at Mendenhall Glacier in Juneau, and then I also really enjoyed the Victoria Butterfly Gardens, and my mom wants to say something else.
I also enjoyed Emerald Lake. The scenery was beautiful and breathtaking, to say the least.
Anything else you want to say?
Thank you for all of those who followed your blog, and maybe it's something that everybody should consider doing at some point in time.